It was the night before Friday, and all through the buzz, the staff was busy doing what every journalist does, prepping the show for all of Fort Mill to see. Planning along with hard work is the key. Spencer has another update on sports and shows us how our Jackets have been controlling the courts. Grayson gives examples of gifts you'll regret, and we travel back to a time that we'll never forget. It's the last show of the year that our time will allow. It's Friday, December 13th, and the buzz starts right now.
Happy Friday, Fort Mill. I'm Andy.
And I'm Adam. As you can tell by our outfits, the holiday season is officially here. We've got less than 2 weeks until Christmas, and things around school are getting really busy, especially on the courts.
Basketball season is off to an exciting start, and Spencer is here at the desk to tell us how our Yellow Jackets are doing.
What's up, Fort Mill? I'm Spencer, and you're watching The Buzz Sports. Basketball hosted the Copperheads for the first time ever last Friday. The girls played hard but fell short to the Snakes with a score of 34-21. The guys destroyed the Ridge 45-36 with Kean Mims scoring 20 points. Tuesday, both basketball teams traveled to River Bluff. The boys came up short, but the girls brought home a win. Tonight, Fort Mill travels to the Ridge to take on the Copperheads. The girls start at 6:30 and the boys tip-off is at 8. Hockey travels to Charleston to play Stratford tonight at 8:30. Wrestling traveled to York Comp on Wednesday, absolutely slamming the Cougars 59-11. Now, I won't be back next semester, so this is my last regular show behind the sports desk. But my little sports prodigy, Connor, will be taking over sports for the JV Buzz. Until next time, I'm Spencer, and you're watching The Buzz Sports.
Thanks, Spencer. We're really going to miss you next semester.
In other news, we've been talking about the dangers of vaping all year, and the North Carolina team sat down with Emily to share his story as a warning for others.
My name is Luca Kynard. I'm 16 years old. And today I want to talk about my story, so maybe it can encourage your peers and everybody to make some healthier lifestyle choices. So I started off using substances when I was 14. I was in the 8th grade, I was a Boy Scout. I was introduced to chewing tobacco, and it wasn't for the enjoyment. It was purely just because I wanted to fit in, and I wanted that recognition. At 14, you want to be able to look up to 16, 17-year-olds and fit in with them. That's all I wanted to do. Friday night football games, that was the place to do it for me. The bleachers were so cutthroat. The juniors and seniors told me to get in the front row seats, all you have to do is vape. Sophomore year, I was doing everything and anything the same, but worse. Now it's September of 2018, and I have a seizure, a 6-minute grand mal seizure, which is really intense, but it was definitely something that was very surreal, and I didn't look at it that way at the time. My mom and my dad, they text me, which I already knew was a red flag, and they go, "Luke, you gotta come downstairs, we gotta come talk." And they say, "Luca, pack your bags." But the biggest upset that day was when I got to rehab. She told me I was going to be there for 8 days. I ended up being there for 39. Life for you stops in there, whereas for everybody else it doesn't. It continues to go on. So there's a lot that you miss out on. And the last thing you want to be is weak, but in rehab, you are weak. You're sitting in your insecurities, your fears, your mistakes, everything and anything you don't want to showcase to the world, that's what you're sitting in 24/7. So it's absolutely a scary place, and that's the last place I want anybody to go. The biggest thing to realize is that you are not alone. I'm sure there's times where there's less people in your life, and there's times where there's more, but you're never going to be alone. And so find a healthier alternative to a substance. So whatever that substance may be, whether it's alcohol, marijuana, vaping, cigarettes, or other drugs, find a healthy alternative. We're so cultured to think that what we grow up around or what we're brought up around or what our environment is what we have to do too. Not the case at all. Make your own path, pave your own way, because I promise you, following someone's footsteps that's going downhill, you're going to go downhill too.
Fort Mill High School is working with a group that promotes healthy teen lifestyles called All Youth on Board. To get more information, you can check out our social medias. Thanks, Emily, for telling this story.
Stories like Luca show exactly how somebody can turn their life around after doing something they regret.
People make mistakes every day, some serious and then others kind of minor mistakes.
Like the mistake of getting a bad Christmas gift. Grayson points out all the presents you might want to think twice about before buying.
Christmas gifts can be the most difficult to decide on. Not wanting to disappoint our friends, but also working with a budget makes things challenging. I did some research to see what truly are the worst Christmas gifts. First on the list is pets. Kids who really want a puppy may be excited when their new pal arrives, but after a while they may realize how much work it is to care for their new pet and end up neglecting them or giving them up. According to ASPCA, the highest intake of animals into shelters is right after Christmas into February. The second worst gift is graphic t-shirts. The blink if you think I'm awesome shirt seems like a fun shirt for a kid, but ends up collecting dust on the closet floor because nobody wants to wear that. According to Market Tool, clothing and shoes make up about 60% of returned Christmas gifts. Third on the list is kitchen appliances. Waffle makers and milk frothers can only be used so much before you get tired of them, and they're added to the clutter of a cabinet. If they don't ask for an upgrade, they probably don't want one. Last is home decor. Live, laugh, love boards aren't popular with everyone. People know what they want in their homes, so let them buy it. But if the gift purchase doesn't feel like it'll be a hit, just make sure to gift it with the receipt. Hopefully this list helps with knowing what not to get someone. Don't be afraid to ask what people truly want to avoid the fear and stress of getting a gift they will like. Be thoughtful this Christmas season, but don't blow your budget. I'm Grayson, reporting for The Buzz.
Thanks, Grayson. I'm pretty sure we've all received a gift that we probably never asked for.
I can relate. One year I got a skateboard and I never used it.
Why not?
I don't know, it just wasn't really my thing.
Well, anyway, the holiday season is definitely one of my favorites, and I enjoy it by watching some classics, especially the Disney ones.
And Disney Plus made it much easier to enjoy those heartwarming classics.
Here's Emma with more.
Since its release on November 12th, Disney Plus has become a popular streaming service that advertises content from Golden Age classics like Cinderella to action-packed sagas like Marvel's Avengers. In its first 24 hours, more than 10 million subscribers contributed to the launch's success. In the past decade, the studio has produced numerous remakes of its most loved stories, and according to Box Office Mojo, they have grossed over $5.3 billion worldwide from these features. But this marketing strategy has been met with critics arguing that these adaptations of old hits are just a cash grab for Disney.
No, I don't like the remakes more than the originals because originals are always the best ones.
Oh, I like all the remakes better than originals, but I feel like it's just because the originals are classics and like they don't get boring versus like the new ones. They're trying to come up with new ideas and it just doesn't always work very well.
Disney isn't planning on stopping with these remakes, with Mulan, The Little Mermaid, and Lilo and Stitch currently in the works. Now, Netflix has joined the nostalgia trend by partnering with Nickelodeon to produce original movies and shows based on Nickelodeon's characters, which means we'll be able to see even more of the real-life versions of cartoons we loved as kids. I'm Emma, reporting for The Buzz.
Thanks, Emma. More people have been purchasing these programs to relive some memories from a time when they were younger.
And this week, Michael did the same thing, only in a more literal sense.
Thanks guys. With the decade coming to an end, I thought it'd be fun to take a trip down memory lane and see all the biggest events in pop culture from the last 10 years. Let's go! Here in 2010, Justin Bieber took the world by storm with his hit single, Baby, and internet comedians such as Fred and Annoying Orange found their fame on YouTube. Now, I'm in 2011, where Rebecca Black just released her song Friday, which was a viral hit, just as Angry Birds took over the App Store. 2012 was a big year for entertainment, like Gangnam Style by Psy and Marvel's Avengers breaking all sorts of box office records. 2013 brought us some smash hit songs like Harlem Shake, Thrift Shop, and What Does the Fox Say, while Frozen took over the silver screen. In 2014, the internet gave us the ALS Icebreaker Challenge, which brought awareness to this crippling disease. Also, Flappy Bird was being played on screens all across the world. 2015 brought us some crazy dance moves like the whip and the nae-nae, and Five Nights at Freddy's was the gaming hit of the year. In 2016, everybody was looking for Pokemon on Pokemon Go. Harambe was one of the many lives lost, and every high schooler tried to do the infamous water bottle flip. In 2017, Luis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee created the most viewed YouTube video of all time, Despacito. Fidget spinners were the hot new toy, and the popular app Vine came to an end. In 2018, Fortnite was being played on screens all across the world. Logan Paul and KSI had their boxing match, which ended in a controversial draw, and the hit app TikTok was released. And last but not least, 2019 brought us the hit song Old Town Road by Lil Nas X, and Avengers Endgame became the highest grossing film of all time. 2010 sure was a great decade, but I'm excited to see what the 2020s have in store for us. Reporting for The Buzz, I'm Michael.
That blast of the past was full of 2010 nostalgia. What a great way to remember the past decade.
There's a lot of things from our childhood to look back on. Bryn spoke to the 4-year-old class this week to see what they're most looking forward to getting this Christmas season.
I want for Santa for Christmas is nail polish. I want from Santa. I want a boat from Christmas. From Santa, I want a fire truck. I want for Santa Elsa and Anna dolls. I want for Christmas is a Switch.
Well, that's all we have for this show and for this semester.
Yep, our next show will be the amazing JV Buzz.
Hey, don't doubt the abilities of the TV1 class. I've been a TA for them this semester, and I'm really looking forward to see how their show comes together.
Well, we'll never know how great it is until it actually comes out, and who knows, maybe it'll be better than the past years.
Well, until next time, I'm Adam.
And I'm Andy.
Have a wonderful winter break, Fort Mill.
Merry Christmas, 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 Fort Mill. Joyeux Noël.
Feliz Navidad.
Szczęśliwego Rождества.
Fröhliche Weihnachten.
Feliz Natal.